So the Air Canada flight attendants have come to a tentative deal with Air Canada. So first, let's look at how do we get here. So the flight attendants and their union were in a legal strike position and they voted. They went on strike. Within hours of going on their legal strike, the Liberal government used Section 107 of the Canadian Labour Code to end the strike and force binding arbitration. The union leadership says they're willing to risk jail time and says, we're staying on strike, we're not going back to work, and their members follow suit. Which leads us to both parties coming to the table and reaching an agreement, at least tentatively, with people returning to work. So what can we learn from this experience? You as a worker, your power is in your labor. When you do not go to work, they have no power over you. So when you and your coworkers, whether you're unionized or not, come together as a group and decide not to go to work to fight back against something, there's almost nothing they can do, including legislation. The idea of a legal strike, all the legislation that goes around with that, is always going to favor the employer. Again, your strength is the not going to work part and defying those orders or wildcat striking. So if you can unionize, unionize. If you're in a union, it's time to start electing militant leadership. Fill your war chest so that you can endure long, hard strikes. Make sure your strike pay can afford to pay people to actually stay on strike, and let your employer know and the public know that you're actually ready for that type of strike if it happens. And this argument about well, if you do it illegally, it shouldn't be done. The companies are going to do whatever they can to force you back to work. Air Canada knew the government was going to step in. That is why they chose to just fuck around, okay? So the only recourse you have is work stoppage. Also, if you are the head of a union right now, you need to be prepared to start demanding your workers do things like wildcat strikes or walk out in solidarity. The next time a union is on strike and any level of government decides to force them back to work, you just fucking leave your job place, all right? Together, we can actually fight back. Solidarity.